Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and it's everyone's favorite time of the month. That's right, market statistics time. These market statistics are for Hillsborough County for December 2022. I want to take a little detour here from our normal setup here for the video. Probably noticing some changes around here. There's a new channel name. It's taken me a little bit longer to get this video out. There's been a gap. I've gotten a lot of comments from people asking about, hey, are you okay? Where are the market statistics? So here we are. Putting out the video now. It's a little late. Had to do a lot of rebranding. Had to create a new website with the Ashler home team. If you want to see the reason why, I will be putting another video out for that, explaining all of that. But long story short, the business has been growing so much that I had to do a little bit of rebranding. So I do apologize for this taking so long to come out. So this is the old market reports. You probably know me holding these up and talking about various numbers and things that are on here. This is out. One of the other things I've been working on is we have new custom self-generated Ashler home team stats. And so you're probably like, well, Kyle, why did you spend all that time duplicating something that already comes out from the Florida Realtors every month? Primary reason is time. I don't get those statistics until the 20th of the month. And then from that point, it takes a few days to record the video, edit the video, upload the video. It's not necessarily about timely content on YouTube. The primary problem, and it's something that's been bugging me since COVID hit, was the timeliness of the stats. So waiting till the 20th gives way too long of a time frame for me to be able to advise my clients, either buyers or sellers, with what's actually going on in the market. And you can't really do, like, week-to-week stats just don't work very well. There's too much variation. So it has to be month to month. And the 20th is way too long for those to come out. So we have self-generated a report here in Ashler Home Team. We will be able to get these stats on within the first few days of the new month. We're going to start off with the 5th of the month generating them, and we're going to try to tighten that up a little bit. One of the problems is realtors are, a lot of them are kind of lazy. And you have up to 5 days to enter certain information into the MLS. And so there's some stragglers for updated sales information and stuff like that. I have double checked these stats against the original reports, and in some cases we still use those reports for historical data, but the numbers are extraordinarily close to dead on match for the state's numbers. So we're going to roll with these. So you're going to start seeing these showing up in your inbox instead of the multicolor stats. You can tell because they're this beautiful Ashler home team green. So these statistics are based year over year, not month to month. That means that we are comparing December 2022 numbers to December 2021 numbers. The reason we do not compare month to month, like say January versus February or July versus June, is because during the course of a year, real estate has a natural ebb and flow. Up north, obviously, things in wintertime are terrible. Nobody wants to look at homes in the wintertime. Down south of Florida here, things typically follow a little bit more of the school year, but there are much fewer listings in the wintertime. So by comparing year over year, we do have a better gauge of where the market is currently. That said, I do also keep an eye on month to month. Because especially the last 2 years, things have been moving so rapidly that we could actually discern some information by looking month to month, whereas typically the ebb and flow of the year would outweigh any sort of overall trend. So these beautiful market statistics do have a few new pages on the front here. So obviously we have this wonderful title page here. The next is we have an information page that gives information about Ashler Home Team, contact information, what we do, and how we go about the real estate process. And then we also have this timeline sheet or milestone sheet. And basically what this does is this will tell you what the most recent market shifts have been and when they occurred. Looking at this now versus on my computer screen, the text here is a little small. Or maybe I'm just getting too old, I don't know. But yeah, I'll definitely make that a little bit larger so that you can read easily. But without further ado, let's get into these actual numbers here. So Hillsborough County, December 2022. Closed sales was down 38.52%, total of 1,221 homes. Number of cash sales was down 52.9%, total of 284. Median sales price and average sales price, you might remember from math class, averages you take all the houses sold divided by the number of houses sold. That gives you the average. Median sales price is a little different. So median sales price is the point at which there is an equal number of more expensive houses and less expensive houses. So it's that true kind of midpoint. I like median sales price because it does not swing as much if there is, for example, some very expensive, if like Tom Brady's home sells, that would have a outstanding impact on the average sales price. Median sales price is up 7.21% to $400,000. That is a bit of a change from the last 6 months, which had been bouncing or decreasing median sales price. Average sales price is up 9.88%, total of $495,528. Median percentage of original sales price. So this is whenever somebody lists a house for sale, what percentage of that original asking price are they getting? At the peak of the market, we were actually at 101%, meaning whatever the median price, original asking price was, that seller was getting more than that, which is nuts. But it is down, significantly so. Previous 2 years, it had been hanging around like 98, 99%. It's actually down to 95.5% of the original asking price. Median time to contract is up 328.5% to 30 days, which is up from 7 days. That sounds extremely long, but remember, normal seller's market is usually like 30 to 45 days to contract. You don't really start to get into a buyer's market until that ticks up closer to like 60 days, 60 to 90 days. Number of new listings is down 24.57% to 1,053 homes. That's down from 1,396. So fewer homes were listed for sale in December, which is interesting. Total number of active inventory, though, is up 152%, total of 3,222 homes. And that's up from 1,274 in December 2021. The doom and gloom page, which is normally at the end, I forgot to create that at the end of the report, which I will do because that's kind of the fun note to end on. But currently it's attached here to the bottom of the main stats. Still not a lot going on in that section of the market. There's a total of 5 foreclosures and there was 0 short sales. So there's not much going on there. Just so you know, back in the terrible days of 2008 through 2010, there was around 150 foreclosures and short sales each and every month, and we're at 5 and 0. So I also like to break these statistics out into price categories, just because that does kind of give us some insight, and honestly it's a little bit more useful when you're buying or selling a home. Overall trend has been there's been fewer things going on in the under $300,000 or $400,000 market, and there's been more stuff going on in the $400,000 or above market. That's changed a little bit, and the main reason why is because December, well, 2 things. One is we've had this market change the last 6 months. 2 is December 2021 has kind of, the numbers have finally kind of caught up and leveled a bit. So number of sales, 150 to 200,000 was down 59.68%, total of 25. $200,000 to $250,000 was down 57.14%, total of 51. $250,000 to $300,000 was down 56.61%, total of 105. $300,000 to $400,000 was down 45.54% to 409, so on and so forth. The only one that actually kind of held was the 600 to 1 million price point, and that held at 195 homes sold, which was a decrease of 1.52%, which, I give that a margin of error. Median time to contract, which again, that's how long something is on the market before it goes under contract, is up across the board. Double the time, triple the time, 4 times the time. But overall, everything is hanging around like 25 to 30 days. But, everyone likes big numbers, so here we go. 100 to 150,000 is up 380%, total of 24. 300 to 400,000 is up 433%, total of 32. And 400 to 600,000 is up 385%, to a total of 34. Again, those percentages changes are huge because 6 to 8 days to contract is absurdly short and is unsustainable. So those numbers are fun to read, but again, it's not like the market is collapsing. 20 to 30 days is still very much seller's market category for the stuff that is actually selling. Number of new listings by sales price. This one's interesting because for the previous few months, we've actually had more homes listed compared to 2021, but here this was actually fewer. So $200,000 to $250,000 was down 60.29%, total of 27. $250,000 to $300,000 was down 43.95%, total of 88. $300,000 to $400,000 was down 31.16%, total of 338. Once you get up above 400, we're down into single-digit changes. So 400 to 600 was down 5.88%, total of 368. 1 million or more was actually up 6.67%, total of 64. Pretty interesting identifiers going on there. And then total inventory. So this is basically the last day of the month. We look and we see everything that is actively still available, and then we break it out into price categories. 150 and under, it is a tough time. There's a total of 9 houses available. 200 to 250,000 was down 19.74%, total of 61 homes for sale. But then at that 250 number, we actually have substantially more homes for sale. So 250 to 300, we had 52.88% more homes for sale, total of 159. 300 to 400,000, we had 180% more homes for sale, total of 868. 600 to 1 million, we had 189.47% more homes for sale, total of 550. And 1 million or more, we had 87.63% more homes for sale, 364 homes total. So let's jump into a little analysis here. Let's kind of get the divining rods out and see what's going on here. So December is what I would describe as a blip. The previous 6 months trend has been inventory going up significantly, demand going down significantly. Demand is down primarily because of interest rates going up. I can say anecdotally that I have had a lot of clients come back to the board, to the table. A lot of buyers came back looking at houses and stuff like that. There is a ton of homes to choose from right now. So if you're thinking about buying, this is one of the best times to buy so far as selection goes in years, maybe 5 years. So, and I can actually, so the stats that are here go all the way back to 2018. So these stats go all the way back to 2018. The stats I have in my database go all the way back to 2013. But this is basically the most homes we've had since basically before the pandemic. So if you're thinking about buying a house, now is an outstanding time to go and look. Interest rates, which is what everyone's concerned about. So yes, 6%, currently they're around 6.5%. That is significantly more than 2.5%, which is something that you could have gotten in 2022. So that's something that you could have gotten in, 2021. There's two things with that. One is if you look at the 20-year norms for interest rates, 6.5% is within the 20-year norms. So if we go all the way back to like the year 2000, it bounces around between like 3% and 7%. That's a pretty big spread, admittedly. But overall, it tended to hang around more towards like the mid to high 3s to, mid 6s is really where it bounced around at. Interest rates below 3% are unheard of, and they should in no way be considered typical or expected or market norm. The 2% interest rates were the outlier. That said, 6.5% is pretty high. Your buying power does take a bit of a hit at 6.5%. There's some rumblings out there that interest rates are going to, come back down to, 5s and something like that, which again is going to improve things. The question is I can't really tell you based off this 1 month if this is the new trend, just that buyers are coming back and we're getting back into a more balanced market, or if this was just a one-off Christmas present that people were giving themselves in buying homes in December. Usually I like to see something for 2 months or 3 months before I would comfortably call that a trend. That said, the overall market pressure is still down. So if you're thinking about selling and you want to take advantage of these still close to record-breaking prices, like we're still up pretty close to the top, It is a it is a phenomenal time to sell. It's going to take a little longer than it did in early 2022, but again, that is outlier time. Houses only being on the market for a week they're not even a week. That is the exceptional case. That is not normal market conditions. Normally, so the thing to know is when you're selling a house, the time it takes to sell it is a function of the price. If you sell a house for a steal, it's going to take a lot shorter time to sell. If you want to go for the top price, it's going to take a little bit longer. Normally speaking, when, in normal market conditions, so like let's say 2019 or earlier, typically it would take 90 days to sell a house at a top market price just to find that perfect buyer. And if you look at statistics, usually they consider it a seller's market until we get up to about 3 to 4 months supply of inventory, which we're not too close to. We were heading straight there for 6 months, but this has kind of thrown a little hiccup in there. I would say this is a little bit of a wobble in the market. I can't really call it a change in trend, but it is noteworthy because that is a significant bump in demand. So, the answer is no answer, unfortunately, other than currently total market pressure is down because we have a huge amount of inventory. We have a huge amount of homes for sales and not very many people buying them. We had fewer homes go up for sale than sold, which means that inventory technically decreased. But again, we have so much reserve, it hasn't had a major impact. One other thing I want to point out here is that these sales statistics numbers, time to contract, time to sale, all that stuff, those numbers only count when the home actually sells. We have more than doubled inventory, but we don't know what those houses are selling for. So there is a cloud of stuff there that has been sitting for a long time that has not gone under contract and has not sold yet. Again, because we only get numbers for sold price, time to contract, time to sale, we only get those numbers when it actually sells. And there's a lot of stuff that is not selling right now. So that's kind of where we're at. So I want to thank you for watching this market statistics video. My name is Kyle Sasser, Ashler Home Team, formerly Sasser Group. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching this on the email or the website, wherever or however you found this. If you are looking for your own special place in the Tampa Bay area, I will be happy to help you out. Please feel free to contact me via the links below. You can also give me a phone call. My phone number is 813-323-7396. Website is ashlerre.com. And other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon.